Man, look at this cat right now, bro. Look at that cat down there. Bro, he think he's so privileged, don't he? Alrighty, so today we are going to be talking about the 5-star standard characters. We're going to be discussing on which ones you should prioritize selecting as your first guaranteed 5-star. Now, I do want to say before we start off that I don't have gameplay because I never got into the betas. So we're over here on Pridewin GG. And secondly, you can choose whoever you want. You don't have to listen to a thing I say. If you find one of these characters interesting and you want to play them, go right ahead. At the end of the day, the best way to play games is prioritizing your enjoyment over meta, I guess you could say. So just want to throw that out there. Also, in the novice banner or the beginner banner, you will be able to get one of these 5 stars already. Depending on who you get, you can then select a different 5-star. So for example, if you get, say you want a Calcharo and you did get him on the beginner banner, then you're free to choose another one. And I suggest doing that instead of getting dupes. But again, you don't have to listen to me. But yeah. So let's discuss the 5 stars. So firstly, Calcharo. This is the one that everybody's talking about because he is probably going to be the best DPS in the game. Again, we don't know information more than what we already know based on the CBT, but yeah, he's a main Electro DPS character who is on field a lot of the time, and he just does a lot of DPS. That's basically all you really need to know about him because he just does damage. That's his thing, right? He just does damage. Right, so that's him. Now let's talk about Encore. Encore is a main DPS as well who likes to do a lot of charge attacks and basic attack kind of stuff. And she also has a thing where she can linger on the field after you swap out to a different character, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, she's kind of another DPS. She's fusion, and yeah, she can dish out some pretty good damage as well. That's pretty much all you need to know about her as well. Of course, there's more to her, but that is basically the dumbed down description of her. Then we got Genshin. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's kind of this monk character, right? She does a lot of fist fighting, but she also has the ability to create shields and group up characters. She can do some counterattacks, which is very, very interesting. I've also heard that she doesn't do the most kind of damage, but I also heard that Kuro is planning on buffing her. I don't know if that information is true, but I heard that's what a lot of feedback was giving after the closed beta. So if she does get buffed, that's great. But yeah, she is pretty much a hybrid DPS, and she does seem like she can, provide some utility as well to your team. So if that's kind of the character you're looking for that provides shields and stuff, she's pretty good. Then we got Ling Yang, who is also a fist type kind of character. He has a lot of aerial abilities, and he does like to be in the air. I've also heard that he doesn't do the most damage as well, but he's another DPS type character, right? And so yeah, that's basically all you need to know about him. Pausing here real quick because I forgot to state that Lin Yang is also kind of awkward to play because of his aerial abilities, and I've also heard that he likes to juggle enemies. So if that's not your kind of thing and you don't want to really mess around with that, then completely understandable. So yeah, just forgot to mention that there. We'll move on. Now for, I think, the last one, Verena. Verena is the one that almost everybody is going to be saying to grab just because of how useful she is. She can heal, which is very helpful, and she can also provide damage buffs to your team. Also, she has the ability to not let you die. This effect happens once every 10 minutes. So, I mean, to be honest, if you're bad at the game, that's very useful. I'm sorry, I don't mean that in a mean way, but yeah, things like that. She could just cause you to be alive, right? And her other passive skill allows you to have the attack of your team increase by 20%. So overall, she is just a very useful character But if you want my honest opinion, you don't necessarily need her, because I will show you the reason why. So there's this wonderful character, Baiji, right? Big Mama character. And guess what? She can do the same thing. She can give you heals, and I'm going to have to double check, but I do believe she could provide damage buffs as well. Let me just, fact check myself real quick. Oh, okay, here we go. Using her outro skill, the character receiving a healing effect increases their damage by 15%. Boom, there you go. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. And Baiji is guaranteed, as soon as you unlock the gacha system, get her for free, like your first pull. So that is very good. That's why I don't think you should prioritize getting Verena, because there's a perfect alternative. But you could say the same for others, like Lin Yang, he's a Glacio unit. You got Sunhua, who is also a Glacio DPS. Then you got Calcharo, which I guess you could say Yanwu. But Yanwu isn't, he's useful, but he isn't that crazy. He's not a main DPS, I want to say, like Calcharo is. But yeah, I mean, there's perfect alternatives. And again, I want to say, play whoever you want. But you came here to see who is probably the best to pull for. So if we go look at the tier list, this is pretty much, this is closed beta info. We don't know if anything's going to get changed, but as you can see here, the best of the best is Verena, right? If you're looking to have heals, good damage buffs, Verena is the way to go. I want to say again that Baiji is a perfect alternative, so you can safely go for another character if you wanted to. And I personally think it's best to probably go for a 5-star DPS. That is just my opinion, but you will see that Jianxin and Lin Yang are down here in what I could say, is this B tier? I don't know, but it's a lower tier. Personally, I can't agree nor disagree because I haven't personally played the game, but Pridewind is kind of trustworthy, I would say. I don't know. I feel like she can be really good. If she does get that buff, she can be really good because she's a jack of all trades, right? Oh, it also says she can heal here, which is okay. See, I was wondering that because I do remember watching a clip where she healed, but I didn't read anywhere in her kit. Maybe I skimmed over it where she can heal, but that is very good. Yep, and Lin Yang here again, he's a main DPS, but he probably doesn't do as much damage. So yeah, these are the top 3 characters that if you wanted to pull for one of them, go ahead. Again, when you pull on the beginner banner, there is a chance to get a random one of any of these standard 5-star characters. So honestly, it really doesn't matter who you get because I think they're all useful. If you want my honest opinion, Lin Yang is probably, in my opinion, the worst one here. He is rated a bit lower on the tier list and he is a main DPS. But there's also Jianxin, who was rated lower, but she's not just a main DPS. She's more. So she's very useful. I can't really make or suggest really anyone here because I really just want you guys to choose for yourself and choose depending on what you get as your first 5-star on the novice banner. And I don't want you guys to make the mistake where you just choose whoever because of who someone says you should choose. I get meta is pretty good, but in a game like Wuthering Waves, if you have skill and a good build on your characters, you can beat the game. So here's what I'm gonna do, right? Here's the game plan for me. Personally, 3 of the 5 characters on the novice banner. If I get one of the 3, I'll be selecting one of them depending. No matter what, I think I want Calcharo because he's just a really good DPS character. And in the future, Yinlin's going to be a very good character to pair up with Calcharo. No matter what, I want Calcharo. So if I get him in the novice banner, perfect. I'll be able to choose one of the other characters. Now, the rest that I want is either Jianxin or Encore. I'll be happy with either of those two. If I get either Jianxin or Encore on the novice banner, I'll go ahead and select Calcharo. The harder problem is going to be is if I get Calcharo first, I need to decide between these two. It's probably going to be at Jianxin because I feel like since she is a multi kind of role character, it's going to be interesting messing around with her and probably very fun. But Encore is also fun as well from what I've seen. Again, I don't want you guys to make the mistake of pulling because someone said you had to pull this character. Select who you want. Prioritize your enjoyment, prioritize your fun rather than meta, because you're not going to be happy. If you're not happy, things are bad. That's not good for anybody, all right? Choose one of these 5 characters. I'm sorry if I didn't have all the information, but again, this is like the dumbed down version of the characters, right? Alrighty, I'm going to be speaking like this from now on because I don't know what happened to the rest of the recording. It kind of just shat itself and disappeared. But yeah, what I was just saying, 100% prioritize your fun and your enjoyment and you'll be happy. Yeah, let me know who you guys are choosing. If I had any misinformation, I'm deeply sorry. Let me know down in the comments if I missed anything. But yeah, that's basically it. I hope this video was useful for you, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe because I'm going to make more Wuthering Waves content once it drops tomorrow. So if you want to be there and share my journey with me, I'll be more than happy. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Bye-bye.